Look, kid, I don't have any illusions. The world's a harsh, unforgiving place. And it's not gonna change. People are born, they struggle, and then they die. That's the bitter truth. I've witnessed too much, endured too much, to sugarcoat it for you. You think you're the only one who's been torn apart and spat out by this world? You think you're the only one who's felt like everything is just one big twisted joke? Well, I've been there. I've been down in that abyss where every single breath feels like a battle, and every step feels like you're dragging a mountain. I've watched friends die, seen good people turn into monsters, and I've lost everything that ever mattered to me. So don't come to me seeking pretty words or false hope. But here's the reality, kid. Even in the depths of that darkness, even when you're at your lowest, there's something you need to cling to. Life is pain, life is suffering. But it's also about discovering something, anything to fight for. I know it sounds as cliche as it gets, but it's the undeniable truth. You need to find your reason, your purpose, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem to others, because that's what keeps you moving when everything else falls apart. You think I haven't felt like just giving up, lying down and letting the world consume me? I've had those nights, staring up at the sky, questioning the purpose of it all. And you know what? Sometimes there is no clear point. Sometimes the only reason to keep going is because you're too damn stubborn to quit. If you give up, if you let this world shatter you, then it's won. And screw that. Screw letting this forsaken world have the final say. I've seen the depths, kid. I've encountered darkness so profound it swallows you whole and leaves you hollow. But even within that abyss, there's a glimmer of light. It's faint, it's fragile, but it's there. You need to hold on to that. It's present. You have to fight for it. Because as long as there's a breath in your lungs, as long as your heart continues to beat, you have a chance. A chance to turn things around and salvage something from the chaos life throws at you. It's not about being happy all the time, or even most of the time. It's about finding those fleeting moments of peace, those small victories that remind you why you're still here. Maybe it's the sight of a sunrise, the sound of rain, or a kind word from a stranger. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Let it energize you. Let it provide you with the strength to keep moving forward, no matter how shattered you feel. And don't for a second think you're alone in this. We all carry our scars, our burdens. Some of us just conceal them better than others, but there's strength in that too. In recognizing that you're not the only one battling through this. There's a brotherhood in suffering, a kinship in pain. We're all in this together. We're all in this, even if it doesn't always seem that way. Yeah, life's a harsh mistress. It's unfair, it's ruthless, and it doesn't give a damn about your dreams or plans. But you can't let it defeat you. You can't allow it to transform you into someone you're not. Cling to your humanity even when it feels like it's slipping away. Hold on to the things that define who you are. The things that make life worthwhile no matter how minor or insignificant they might seem. You've got a fire inside you, kid. I can see it even if you can't. It's what has carried you this far, and it's what will keep you moving forward when things get even tougher. Don't let that fire go out. Feed it. Nurture it. Let it blaze as fiercely as possible. Because as long as you have that fire, as long as you possess the will to fight, you've got a chance. And sometimes that's all you need. You're stronger than you realize. Stronger than you know. The world may knock you down and try to break you, but I can't take that strength from you. It's yours, and it's what will carry you through the darkest of times. So stand up, brush yourself off, and keep fighting. Because as long as you're still breathing, as long as your heart is still beating, you've got a chance to turn things around. And that's something worth holding on to. You know, I once had a friend, a good man, tough as steel, but with a heart too large for this world. He fought in battles that would have shattered most men. He emerged on the other side every time. He had his demons, just like all of us. One night he looked at me and said, "I'm done, man. I can't keep fighting." I told him the same thing I'm telling you now. I told him he was stronger than he realized. that he had a fire within him that wouldn't let him quit. He didn't listen. He gave up, and it shattered me to see him go like that. But it also taught me something profound. It taught me that giving up is the easy route. It's the path of least resistance, but it's not the path of a warrior. The warrior's path is tough, it's ruthless, but it's also the road that leads to something greater. It's the path to redemption, to discovering a purpose even amidst all the suffering. So when you feel like you can't go on, when the weight of the world seems ready to crush you, remember that you're not alone. Remember there's a strength within you that surpasses any obstacle you'll encounter. And remember that giving up is never an option, not for a warrior, not for someone who has endured what you have. You've got a story, kid, a story still in the making. And yes, it has its share of dark chapters, moments that will make you question everything. But it also has moments of triumph, of victory, of discovering light in the darkest corners. And those moments are worth fighting for. They're worth the pain, the struggle, the heartache, because they make life worth living. Don't let the darkness win. Show the world. You've got too much fight in you for that. You've got too much strength, too much fire. And as long as you have that, as long as you're ready to keep pushing forward, you've got a chance to turn things around, to find your purpose, to write your own story. When you wake up tomorrow and the day looks just as bleak as the last, remember this conversation. Remember, you've got a choice. You can either lie down and let the world trample over you, or you can rise and fight back. And I don't mean just with fists or anger, but with every ounce of willpower you have left. With every small act of defiance, every moment of kindness you can muster, even when it feels like you have nothing left to give. Those small victories accumulate. They build a foundation that no storm can wash away. You have to believe in something greater than the pain, greater than the struggles. Maybe it's a dream you buried long ago. Maybe it's a person who depends on you. Or maybe it's simply the act of proving the world wrong. Whatever it is, find it. Hold on to it. Let it drive you forward. Because as long as you're breathing, as long as there's a beat in your heart, you've got a chance to rewrite your story. And that's something no amount of darkness can ever take away from you. It's okay to feel like crap. It's okay to feel lost, to feel like the world is against you. But it's not okay to give up. It's not okay to let the world win. You're a warrior, and warriors don't quit. They fight, they endure. They come out stronger on the other side, and you will too. Stand up, dust yourself off, and keep fighting. Because you're not alone in this. We're all in this together. We're all battling our own demons. Together, we are stronger. Together we can face anything. And together we can find our way through the darkness. So don't give up. Never. Because you're a warrior. And warriors never quit.